Yo. All right, listen up. I know this is a late video, but you know how it is. I'm sorry to be late, as always. But that's not what the video is about. Today's video, I want to give out season grades for teams that I really left out. I'm not trying to make any excuses. I should have done this a long time ago. This playoffs is done, but I want to make sure that before they finalized roster changes and everything, that things are actually like I give out the grade. So I'm gonna start with the Pelicans because they're the weakest team in here. So the Pelicans, honestly, player grade C plus, and there's only one reason why that's a C plus: Devontae Graham. Everybody else did good. Um, coach grade is a B plus. Now, you'll wonder why didn't I give Willie Green an A even though he deserves it. Willie Green still has a lot to work on. I'm not trying to say he's a terrible coach, but that's for starters. I'm gonna give him a B plus. Front office is a D. I don't care how you feel. The signings have been decent. No, it's a D. You shouldn't have got Graham in the first place. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the Graham trade just ruined everything for y'all. So yeah, that's a D. Um, the Raptors. All right, like I was saying, the Raptors, the Toronto Raptors. Player grade C. Coach grade C. Front office grade B plus. Now you'd be like, 2 C's? Let's see. The rotations that Nick Nurse be running is weird. Malachi Flynn barely gets minutes. He looks like a damn disappointment. And it's not his fault. A lot of it is actually circumstantial because Nick Nurse can barely put the man in the game. Fred Van Vliet, aka Drake Jr., for some reason just is your average. He's a decent defender. Like I don't even know what to say about him. I'm just gonna move on to the last team. And this team should not even be called the Windy City. They should be called the Blowjob City. Because I don't understand how you actually suffer from erotic asphyxiation with blowing leads. Let me get started. Player grade. Normally I do individual player, but player grade, for the love of God. This team, they get my blood boiling when I watch them. Because they are the Atlanta Falcons of the NBA. They are the Atlanta Falcons of the NBA. What are you doing? Billy Donovan, I'm going to do irregular order. I'm going to start with a coach. Billy Donovan. You and your coaching staff gets a D. Charge! Now, it's not as bad as the Charlotte Hornets where I have to give them an F. You get a D. Let me see. Adjustments is bad. It's just like this man pulled a Doc Rivers, sadly. 0 adjustments. He was getting out coached every game except game 2. He was getting out coached in many games. And if not for the death lineup that they have, they would not even have won 40-something games. We might have been seeing the Bulls and the Hornets play each other. So I'm sorry, Billy. Like, you get a D for me, dog. Like, yeah, you did a good job, bring them to the playoffs. You know what? Let me be nice. I'll give you a C. You get a C. Just change the statement. But seriously, The Bulls are the Atlanta Falcons of the damn. I don't understand how you get erotic asphyxiation with blowing leads. You should not be the Windy City. You should be the blowjob city. I don't understand how you keep blowing leads. The next team, front office. This is the first time in this video that I will actually give a A+ award for the front office. I just gotta give it to Arnaldus Karnisovas and Mark Eversley for the phenomenal job they did this offseason. Getting Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan was a huge, huge addition. Lonzo was, if not for Lonzo's ankles going out like it's Sean Livingston, this is a phenomenal offseason. The season was a major success. Not gonna lie, they've done a phenomenal job bringing this roster together, getting everybody in the right position to succeed. Lonzo came to a team that fits his game and is all about counterattack. It was just perfect. The only problem was the moment, just like, and I just gotta say it, like Lonzo, like I love Lonzo, but does anyone notice that Lonzo is becoming point guard Gordon Hayward? As in, you're good, but when your team needs you, I mean, you're good. When you get injured, your team collapses. Like, seriously, Gordon has that effect. And I'm not saying Gordon is the best player on the Hornets. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying that when Lonzo got hurt, the team collapsed. When Caruso got hurt, the team were in shambles. That's why I look at this team, I'm like, the front office get an A+ for me. Now, the player grades, that's where it's really controversial. Player grades, this is another situation where I have to give the player grades a B+. Now, the lowest grade of the team is actually Vucevic, but because the overall team has actually been developed better, Patrick Williams got minutes, you see all these types of things, and Billy Donovan was able to, experiment more, unlike Charlotte, where Borrego should have gotten an F for actually not trying the young guys and giving them minutes during the regular season so that they'll be prepared for tougher situations in the playoffs, where defense tightens up on you more, and schemes is more about game to game. It's no more just weeks. That's why I actually have to give the Bulls. And if there was an overall grade, there's no need for that. So that's how it is. So at the end of the day, I just gotta say these grades is my own view of based on what I've seen and what I've actually paid attention to. Because all these 5 teams, I've already done the Charlotte Hornets. I think I did the Pelicans, Bulls, Raptors, right? There's still one more, right? Pelicans, Hornets, Bulls, Raptors. Whatever team I'm still missing. Oh, and the Lakers. Now the Lakers grades to end it all off. Because I'm still gonna do another topic later on. The Lakers grades. This is where the coach actually got a better grade than the rest of everybody. In the last one, in the Bulls one, I started with coach, right? In this one, I'm gonna start in a similar order, but I'm gonna start with the front office because the front office got the lowest grade. For the love of God, you guys, for the first time in this series, I'm gonna have to give the Lakers front office a E for being so bad. Getting rid of Caruso was the biggest mistake you ever did. Not keeping, goddamn, you tried everything to please LaFlop James. Sorry to say it, but I have to call it out. You did everything to please him, and you got him this whole Hall of Fame squad and still they didn't produce shit. What was the reason? We were all caught in the Genjutsu. Russell Westbrook, I don't know. The Russ trade was just bad. You get an E for me. The coach. Now, I'm not gonna blame Frank Vogel for anything, but Frank Vogel gets a C plus. Now, before you hit me with you just say, I'm talking about the entire coaching staff, and in that coaching staff, they all got a C plus for me. Vogel is the one with the highest grade because you can't blame Vogel for this. Because let's look at it. They were consistently in the playoffs before they had Russell Westbrook. The moment they got Russ, it was meh. Like, come on, man. How are you supposed to play with like, think about it. Playing with Russell Westbrook is like the Flash joining the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or should I say, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Donatello, going to join the Flash and his crew. You know how stupid that sounds. That's how it is. That's what happened. So, although there are bad schemes that Vogel did, there were times where they blew leads. I even think about the game they played Charlotte. They were winning, right? And then for some reason, they blew the lead. Charlotte kicked their ass. They kicked their butt, or maybe I was seeing it wrong. But at one point, we just gotta say to the face that Vogel's schemes are bad. Yada yada yada. He didn't want to bench Russ because Russ was getting paid more money. But it is what it is. The coach is but there to enhance the game of the superstar, not the other way around. That's how coaches are used. Then, to the players. Player grade is a D. Should I even start with the no effort from LeBron James, the so-called star player, in turn on defense? Then, even actually, it's just defense for LeBron, but everybody else, the whole defense was terrible. So I can't even blame LeBron for the defense. I have to blame the whole team for the defense, for how terrible they are. You all get a D for that terrible defensive style, for that terrible offense, for Westbrook turning the ball over like a piñata, and then it's just crazy, man. Like, I really want to be nice and be respectful to Russ, but come on, dog. You can't look at what happened and give Monsieur Russell Westbrook and the Lakers a decent grade. If you watch them games or watch at least even one game, you'll be infuriated. Like, Russell Westbrook made LaMelo look like an all NBA defense type player when it was guarding him. That's how sad it was. That's how sad it was. He had Terry Rozier, who barely could play defense, lock him up. This man, and don't even get me started on DeAndre Jordan or Stanley Johnson or the rest of them boys. It was bad. Malik Monk was the only saving grace on that team, sadly. So I'm just gonna say, man, if there's any bench players the Lakers should bring back, just bring back Malik Monk, because there's no point. Caruso's not coming back until year 2024. I mean 2028 or something, or 2026. He's not coming back. So it's time you just gotta just push yourself to the mirror and just say, we just want to win. What time is it? I feel bad for dudes, and I don't feel bad for some dudes. It's just how it is. It's time to get your shit together, man. You gonna do it? Because I'm gonna say this whole grade is my opinion. You can drop your opinions in the comment section. I'm gonna answer later whenever I have a chance. And stay tuned for the WNBA video that I want to do, because I want to do a whole general revive on the WNBA and my view on it. And in that video, I'm also gonna address the Cynthia Cooper situation and her players. I'm going to say, stay tuned for the WNBA situation. And yeah, thanks for watching.